From humble beginnings in a turbulent world to becoming the architect of the AI revolution, Jensen Huang's story is one that proves resilience, vision, and a dash of serendipity can change everything. Today, in 2025, as AI dominates headlines, from ChatGPT evolutions to self-driving cars and beyond, Jensen stands at the pinnacle, leading NVIDIA to a staggering $4 trillion market cap. But how did a kid who cleaned toilets in a Kentucky boarding school become one of the richest and most influential people alive? Buckle up, because this isn't your typical rags to riches tale. It's packed with twists, near disasters, and mind-blowing facts that will make you rethink what success really looks like. Welcome to the untold story of Jensen Huang. Let's dive in. Born on February 17, 1963, in Taipei, Taiwan, Jensen Huang, whose full name is Jensen Huang, entered a world on the move. His father, Huang Xingtai, was a chemical engineer working at an oil refinery, and his mother, Lo Tsai-shu, was a dedicated schoolteacher. Life was modest but ambitious. The family bounced around, from Taipei to Tainan in southern Taiwan, and then, when Jensen was just 5, to Bangkok, Thailand, seeking better opportunities amid Taiwan's economic shifts. In Thailand, young Jensen attended Ruam Rudi International School, a Catholic institution where he began absorbing a global perspective. But his mother had bigger plans. She taught him English by picking 10 random words from the dictionary every day, a quirky, rigorous method that built his vocabulary brick by brick. Apple, banana, cat. He'd recite, not knowing how crucial those words would become. Thailand in the late 1960s was no paradise. Civil unrest was brewing, with protests and instability making headlines. Jensen's parents made a bold decision to send their 2 sons to America for a safer, brighter future. At just 9 years old, in 1972, Jensen and his older brother were shipped off to live with an uncle in Tacoma, Washington. They didn't speak a lick of English beyond those dictionary words, and the culture shock was immense. But here's where the story gets wild, and this is a lesser-known gem that sets Jensen apart from other tech moguls. His parents, scraping together every penny by selling nearly all their possessions, aimed to enroll the boys in a prestigious boarding school. Instead, due to a mix-up, some say a translation error, they ended up at the Oneida Baptist Institute in rural Kentucky, a reform school meant for troubled teens, not bright-eyed immigrants. Imagine this, a scrawny 10-year-old Asian kid with long hair and a thick accent, thrust into a dormitory full of delinquent boys. Bullying was rampant. Jensen recalls being that undersized Asian immigrant who faced taunts and fights daily. To survive, he took on chores like cleaning toilets and mopping floors, grueling work that built his work ethic. But Oneida wasn't all hardship. It had a swimming team, which Jensen joined, and more importantly, a table tennis program. Ping-pong became his escape and his superpower. By age 14, he was competing nationally. In 1978, he placed 3rd in the junior doubles at the US Table Tennis Open, a feat that landed him in Sports Illustrated. Who knew the future AI king was once a paddle-wielding prodigy? 2 years after arriving in Kentucky, Jensen's family reunited in Beaverton, Oregon, where his parents had finally immigrated. He enrolled in Aloha High School, skipping 2 grades thanks to his sharp mind, and graduated at just 16. To support himself, he worked the graveyard shift at a local Denny's restaurant from 1978 to 1983. Picture this, Jensen, in his teens, scrubbing dishes, bussing tables, and waiting on customers until the wee hours. "I learned that no job is beneath you," he said in interviews. Little did he know that greasy diner would play a starring role in his future empire. Jensen's practicality shone through in his college choice. He picked Oregon State University for its affordable in-state tuition, earning a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering in 1984 at age 20. There, he met his future wife, Lori Mills, as lab partners in an engineering class. Sparks flew, literally, amid circuit boards, and they married in 1985. But Jensen wasn't done learning. While working in Silicon Valley, he pursued a master's in electrical engineering at Stanford University, graduating in 1992. Stanford exposed him to the Valley's buzzing tech scene, where innovation was currency. His early career was a masterclass in grinding. Fresh out of OSU, Jensen joined Advanced Micro Devices (AMD) as a microprocessor designer. Fun fact, AMD's current CEO, Lisa Su, is Jensen's cousin. Talk about a family rivalry in the chip world. NVIDIA and AMD are fierce competitors, but blood ties add a layer of intrigue. After AMD, he moved to LSI Logic, where he designed chips and rose to director of the Coreware division. At LSI, he met Chris Malachowski and Curtis Priam, two engineers who shared his vision for revolutionizing computer graphics. By 1993, at age 30, Jensen was ready to bet it all. Over breakfast at, you guessed it, a Denny's in East San Jose, the trio sketched out their plan for a new company. They pooled $600 from their savings. Jensen jokes it was all they had, and incorporated NVIDIA on April 5, 1993. The name? A blend of NV, next version, and NVIDIA, Latin for envy, because they aimed to make competitors green with it. Early funding came from venture capitalists like Don Valentine of Sequoia Capital, who saw potential in their graphics processing unit, GPU, idea. But success? Far from guaranteed. NVIDIA's early days were a rollercoaster of near failures. In the mid-1990s, they bet big on quadrilateral rendering for 3D graphics, only to realize the industry was shifting to triangles. We were 30 days from bankruptcy, Jensen has recounted, turning it into a company motto. A last-minute $5 million lifeline from Sega saved them, funding a pivot. Then came the Riva 128 chip in 1997, NVIDIA's first hit, selling millions and putting them on the map. From there, GPUs exploded, GeForce for gaming, CUDA for computing, and eventually, the AI goldmine. Under Jensen's leadership, NVIDIA didn't just survive, it thrived by anticipating waves. In the 2000s, they dominated gaming graphics. By the 2010s, Jensen foresaw AI's rise, pivoting resources to deep learning. GPUs are perfect for parallel processing, he preached, even when skeptics laughed. Fast forward to the 2020s, the AI boom, fueled by models like GPT, made NVIDIA indispensable. Chips like the H100 became the new oil. By July 2025, NVIDIA hit a $4 trillion market cap, the first company ever, propelling Jensen's net worth to $150 billion, mostly from his 3.5% stake. He's now the sixth richest person alive, topping Fortune's 2025 list of the most powerful in business. But what makes Jensen's story so captivating aren't just the billions, it's the quirks and human moments. Here are some mind-blowing facts that'll hook you. First, that NVIDIA tattoo. Yes, Jensen has the company logo inked on his left arm, a promise he made in 1999 when NVIDIA went public. If we hit $1 billion market cap, I'll get a tattoo, he said. They did, and he did. It's a symbol of his all-in commitment. Second, his iconic leather jackets. Jensen's signature look, black biker jacket over a t-shirt, started as a nod to rock stars but became his uniform. He's worn them to keynotes worldwide, even gifting one to OpenAI's Sam Altman. In 2025, at CES, he unveiled the RTX 50 series GPUs in one, announcing Blackwell architecture that supercharges AI. Third, family ties run deep. His wife Lori co-founded NVIDIA too, handling early marketing. Their kids? Spencer is a product manager at NVIDIA after running a top bar in Taipei, and Madison leads product marketing post-hotels. It's a family affair, blending legacy with innovation. Fourth, Jensen has over 60 direct reports, no middle managers. Flat hierarchy keeps us agile, he says. He roams NVIDIA's HQ without a fixed office and doesn't wear a watch because now is the most important time. Lesser known, he's an avid gardener, growing fruits in his backyard as a stress buster. Fifth, his philanthropy. Through the Jensen Huang Foundation, he's donated millions to education and health, including $50 million to Oregon State for a supercomputing center in 2021. And AI research grants in 2025 amid the boom. And here's a wild one, in 2025, at Computex, Jensen envisioned an AI infrastructure industry worth trillions. He launched Project Digits, a desktop AI supercomputer for developers, and keynoted GTC with over 1,000 sessions on AI's future. He even won the Edison Achievement Award for pioneering AI, fitting for a guy who started with table tennis paddles. Stories from his path? Take the 1990s crisis. NVIDIA was down to 1 month's payroll when Microsoft demanded DirectX support. Jensen rallied the team for a 30-day sprint, delivering just in time. Or his 2025 CES keynote, where he demoed AI agents that think like humans, sparking debates on ethics and jobs. What lessons can we draw from Jensen's journey? 1. Embrace failure as fuel. He said, pain and suffering build character. 2. Bet on the future. He saw AI when others saw gimmicks. 3. Stay humble. From Denny's to trillions, he still values hard work. 4. Innovate relentlessly. Huang's law, his twist on Moore's, says GPU performance doubles yearly, outpacing chips. In a 2025 world obsessed with AI trends, from personalized medicine to climate modeling, Jensen Huang isn't just riding the wave, he created it. His story reminds us that success isn't linear, it's about grit, vision, and a little envy-inducing magic. If a reform school kid can build an empire, what's stopping you? Hit like if this inspired you, subscribe for more Untold success sagas, and drop in the comments, who's next?